In today's world, most people feel constantly busy, yet strangely unproductive. Days are filled with emails, notifications, meetings, and endless online activity, but real progress feels slow. The book Deep Work, written by Cal Newport, directly addresses this modern struggle and explains why the ability to focus deeply on meaningful work has become one of the most valuable skills of our time. Welcome to Booksbell. In this video, we will explore the core ideas of the book Deep Work, understand why distraction has become the default state of modern life, and learn how deep, focused effort can dramatically improve learning, productivity, and long-term success. This is not a book about working longer hours. It is a book about working with intensity, clarity, and purpose. The central idea of deep work is simple but powerful. The ability to concentrate without distraction on demanding tasks allows people to produce work of higher quality in less time, while also developing rare and valuable skills. Unfortunately, this ability is becoming increasingly rare in a world designed to fragment attention. The book begins by defining two key concepts: deep work and shallow work. Deep work refers to professional activities performed in a state of distraction-free concentration that push cognitive capabilities to their limit. This type of work creates new value, improves skills, and is difficult to replicate. Shallow work, on the other hand, consists of non-demanding logistical tasks, often performed while distracted, such as responding to emails, attending low-impact meetings, or scrolling through information without deep engagement. Modern work culture heavily favors shallow work because it is visible, measurable, and socially rewarded. Being constantly available appears productive, even when it produces little meaningful output. The book argues that this cultural shift has slowly eroded our ability to focus, making deep work feel uncomfortable and unfamiliar. One of the most important arguments in deep work is that the ability to deeply focus is becoming more valuable at the exact moment it is becoming more rare. As automation, artificial intelligence, and global competition reshape industries, only those who can quickly learn complex skills and produce high-quality output will thrive. Deep work is the mechanism that enables both rapid learning and exceptional performance. The book explains that the human brain adapts to the environment it is exposed to. Constant switching between tasks, frequent interruptions, and habitual digital stimulation train the brain to crave novelty and resist sustained concentration. Over time, this weakens the mental muscles required for deep work. This is why many people struggle to focus even when they genuinely want to. A major theme of the book is that distraction is not just a minor inconvenience, it is a serious cognitive cost. Each time attention shifts from one task to another, the brain leaves behind a residue of the previous activity. This residue reduces performance and makes it harder to fully re-engage with the original task. Multitasking, therefore, is not efficient, it is mentally expensive. The book challenges the widespread belief that being busy equals being productive. Many people fill their schedules with activity to avoid confronting more demanding, meaningful work. Shallow work feels safe because it offers immediate feedback and minimal resistance, while deep work feels difficult because it requires sustained effort and mental discomfort. However, long-term growth only comes from embracing that discomfort. Another key idea presented in Deep Work is that focus is a skill, not a fixed trait. Just like physical strength, it can be trained or weakened depending on habits. Individuals who regularly practice deep work strengthen their ability to concentrate, while those who constantly give in to distraction gradually lose it. This means that reclaiming focus is possible, but it requires deliberate effort. The book also explores different approaches to integrating deep work into daily life. Some people choose to isolate themselves for extended periods, while others schedule regular blocks of focused time into their routines. The specific method matters less than the commitment to protecting uninterrupted time for cognitively demanding tasks. Without intentional structure, deep work rarely happens by accident. A significant portion of the book critiques modern workplace norms, particularly the obsession with instant communication. Open offices, constant messaging, and an expectation of immediate replies make deep work nearly impossible. The book argues that true productivity often requires temporary disconnection. Being unreachable for short, focused periods is not unprofessional, it is necessary for producing high-quality work. The book also emphasizes the importance of embracing boredom. In a world where any moment of silence is filled with digital stimulation, the ability to tolerate boredom has almost disappeared. However, boredom plays a crucial role in rebuilding focus. When people resist the urge to constantly check their devices, they retrain their minds to remain present and attentive. Social media receives particular attention in deep work. The book does not argue that all digital tools are inherently bad, but it strongly encourages intentional use. Tools should be evaluated based on whether they significantly support personal or professional goals. If a tool provides minor benefits at the cost of constant distraction, it may not be worth the trade-off. Another important concept discussed in deep work is the idea of craftsmanship. Deep work provides a sense of meaning because it allows individuals to fully engage with their skills and create something valuable. In contrast, shallow work often leaves people feeling drained and unfulfilled. The satisfaction of mastery comes from depth, not from busyness. The book also addresses the common excuse of not having enough time. According to deep work, the problem is rarely a lack of time, it is a lack of clarity and boundaries. Time is often lost in fragmented attention rather than meaningful effort. Even a few hours of deep work per day, when practiced consistently, can lead to extraordinary results. Consistency is emphasized over intensity. Occasional bursts of focus are less effective than a regular habit of deep work. By turning deep focus into a routine, individuals reduce the mental resistance that often prevents them from starting demanding tasks. The book further explains that shallow obligations should not be eliminated entirely, but they must be controlled. Without limits, shallow work expands to fill all available time. Setting boundaries around emails, meetings, and low-impact tasks creates space for deeper, more valuable efforts. One of the most practical lessons from deep work is the importance of measuring productivity by output rather than activity. Instead of asking how busy a day felt, the book encourages asking what meaningful progress was made. This shift in perspective helps prioritize depth over noise. Over time, deep work produces compound benefits. Skills improve faster, thinking becomes clearer, and confidence grows through competence. People who consistently engage in deep work are better equipped to adapt to change because they can learn new skills efficiently and produce work that stands out. In the end, deep work presents deep work not just as a productivity strategy, but as a philosophy for living in a distracted age. Attention is one of the most valuable resources a person has, and how it is used determines the quality of both work and life. When attention is constantly fragmented, life feels chaotic. When attention is focused, life becomes intentional. In conclusion, deep work delivers a clear message. Depth is a competitive advantage in a shallow world. Those who cultivate the ability to focus deeply will find greater success, satisfaction, and control over their time. This requires effort, discipline, and the willingness to resist distraction, but the rewards are lasting. As you reflect on the ideas from this book, consider how much of your day is spent reacting versus creating, consuming versus producing, staying busy versus moving forward. The choice between shallow work and deep work is a daily choice, and each decision shapes the trajectory of your future. If you want to produce work that truly matters, develop rare skills, and regain control over your attention, the path is clear. Reduce distraction, protect your focus, and commit to depth. Because in the end, deep work is not just about better work, it is about a better way of living.